The government has assured that Singapore's laws and border security will not be compromised when the upcoming Johor Bahru Singapore RTS Link opens later this year. Second Minister for Home Affairs Edwin Tong said one measure will be surveillance cameras on trains monitored in real time. He was responding to MPs' concerns over a new bill passed today that allows Malaysian officers to operate in designated areas here.
The Johor Bahru Singapore RTS Link is expected to start operating at the end of this year, and a new bill passed in Parliament aims to keep cross-border travel seamless and secure. One key feature of the bill is the co-location of border control officers from both countries. They will operate in designated areas at Woodlands North Station in Singapore and Bukit Jaga Station in Malaysia. This means commuters only need to clear immigration once, at their point of departure. In a debate lasting nearly 2 hours, MPs pressed for clarity on how the law will apply when in such shared spaces.
If a serious offence such as drug trafficking occurs within the Malaysian designated area in Singapore, which laws applies? If an offence occurs in the Singapore designated area in Malaysia, when does Singapore law take effect? Designated areas must not become legal grey zones when enforcement becomes uncertain.
Second Minister for Home Affairs Edwin Tong said clear signage will demarcate these areas. He added that the arrangement gives Malaysian officers the legal authority to carry out border clearance and security checks.
Deputy Speaker, I want to emphasize this point. Singapore law remains in effect over the entirety of Woodlands North Station, even within the designated areas. Singapore officers are available to assist travellers if needed. And if travellers encounter issues or need help in the designated areas, they should act similar to how they would anywhere else in Singapore and, when necessary, seek help from Singapore authorities.
He also addressed questions on how cross-border incidents and crimes will be handled. Under the bill, the country where the train completes its journey will have primary jurisdiction over offences committed in transit.
Regardless of which country may have primary jurisdiction over a particular case, both governments may feel pressured to retain cases involving their own nationals. This could be for various reasons, such as the differences in law and punishments, or to give their nationals better access to justice in their home countries. It would be useful to know if the ministry foresees that such bilateral tensions may arise and whether there are any protocols in place to manage them.
There are situations where one country may well want to assert jurisdiction, but there's also a process for countries to discuss if both assess that there's public interest in prosecuting the case. We come across these occasions not infrequently. So as long as both sides adhere to this agreement, it is unlikely that anyone will be exposed to double prosecution for the same conduct.
He says operational agencies from both countries, along with the rail operator, will conduct joint exercises later this year to test readiness ahead of the opening.